Welcome everyone. Guess what? It's not Mediascope. Today we have a special edition of Let's Wine a Little, and I have this wonderful lady over here to my, I hope I'm pointing the right way, to my right. This is G, also known as Gwendolyn Houston Jack, or it should be Gwendolyn G.R. Houston Jack, also known as G. She is the host of Let's Wine a Little. Hello, G.
Good evening, Dr. Tachi. How are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. I'm wonderful. First of all, thank you so much for doing this. This is right now, we are live on all the Indie Soup channels. We're live on my channels, and we are live on G's channel. So we've got lots of different venues happening with this show. And it's so cool because she does a show on Indie Soup called Let's Wine a Little. She talks a lot about different wines, wine pairings, etc. And she also does spirits. So today she said, you know what? Could I do a special for the holidays on cocktails and mocktails? You sure could. Would you like to do it live? And here we are. So thank you so much for heeding the call and for humoring me with my shenanigans.
You know, there are certain times of the year where I'm good for shenanigans. This would be that time of the year because we're about to end it. So it's the best time for a little bit of shenanigans, but just a little bit of maybe a mocktail or a cocktail at hand.
Yes,
but we do like to provide both ideas because I know some people are quick to say, well, I don't drink. You don't have to have alcohol in your hand to have a good time. So let's just go ahead and put that out there, people. Just want you to know, but for those of us who do enjoy digging deeper into grapes and spirits and all the things that make you sort of giddy inside, we want to talk about that, but we also have ideas for those who do not drink. And we do want to be responsible hosts and hostesses this holiday season.
We do. And we have a bunch of people joining. Before we get into it, I'd like to say hello to the Ron himself. Ron Foster says hello to both of us. How are you, Ron? Thank you so much for being here. He is the host of Touch Base Daily. He's actually on sabbatical, but came out of sabbatical for a special today. And we actually played that earlier on Indie Soup Media. Serena is here. Hello. And she says, happy holidays to everyone. Happy holidays. Benny Houston, who is the mom. How are you? Thank you so much for being here, Mama. It is wonderful to see you. And she says, yay for mocktails. Serena does. I also say yay for mocktails. Hannah Boyd Miller has joined us. Hello. Happy holidays. Chris Edwards. Listen, this is a blast from sabbatical. Chris Edwards has, what have we done to please the social media gods?
I know, right?
Chris Edwards has come out of his sabbatical to hang out with us. Welcome, Chris. It is good to see you. And Serena says, folks like me appreciate this because some of us can't drink due to medical conditions. So bring on the mocktails. Absolutely. And you know what? We probably could talk about with some of the cocktails, ways that you can make that a mocktail as well, I'm sure.
We can. We definitely can.
Fantastic. Ron says, good to see you both. Wonderful. Let's see if we have any. Love James Maxwell is over here on Instagram. Good to see you. LaShondra Tinsley, Hannah Boyd Miller was on Instagram. Bestie and Soul Child Wrenchy and Mary, welcome over on the Instagram side. So again, today we're going to be talking cocktails, mocktails, and all things tails. Okay.
All things tails.
Yeah, that didn't make sense. But whatever, that's what we're doing.
Is what we're doing today. Darn it.
That's what we're
doing today.
That's what we're doing today. We're telling tall tales. We're having cocktails, mocktails, all the tales. So before we get to it, though, I'd like you to explain a little bit about Let's Wine a Little and your experience with this whole thing, cocktails, mocktails, fooding, pairings.
Yeah,
exactly.
sure. I can do that. So
let's do that.
So my interest in cocktails and I'll just say wine and alcohol, it didn't start until my late 20s. Now, I didn't have my very first drink until I was 24. So this is not I started drinking when I was a teenager and figured out this is not that. We don't do the whole teenage pressure kind of thing. Like I was not that kid. But when I got to a certain age of drinking, I happened to be in New York City. I knew a lot of bartenders and they were very kind in teaching me how to enjoy a rum, a vodka, I don't really do gin, but I'm learning, and other things, right? And so I thought to myself, okay, how do we go up a notch? Because, alcohol tends to be the easy thing to grab. Whereas wine, for some people, can be a little intimidating because all the grapes look alike in the grocery store, but you're not tasting those grapes when you enjoy wine. It's a whole different grape. And at the time, if you think about the wine snobs, they made it seem as if you didn't know anything about wine, you probably shouldn't even attempt to get into that world. So, like around 2005, 2006, I started out with some fruit wines. I was in New York City. There was a little liquor store around the corner, and they had peach wine and plum. And I was like, well, this is good. This is sweet. And then we slowly stepped into something like a Chardonnay and a Merlot. And then we got into the Cabernet Sauvignon. And then we just really got into the bubbles when I really tested the bubbles. So, there is a journey there. So I thought to myself, who else would be in this boat just like me? Because there are a lot of people who are in the same boat. Now, I'm going to pick out a specific time, 2020. I thought to myself, let's really get deep into growing my wine collection. I was outgrowing what I had in terms of storage. And the McBride sisters created this McBride certified program on Facebook. I believe it is still there. And the McBride sisters are two beautiful Black women who were literally miles apart, different continents, but had an affinity for wine. And they believe that every person of all ethnicities, style, color, creed, whatever, should be enjoying wine. And they created this wine program to help every single person quickly learn how to identify, taste, sip, savor, all the things, learn about wine. And you actually took some exams in this McBride certified. It was amazing. You could order their testing kit and wines and go through your Facebook program. It was amazing. And from there, it just sparked. So, you start with one thing, and then like any other kind of where there is smoke, there is fire, it just grows. So I'm at a place where if the good Lord allows, because my brain is all over the place, I am going to go for that WSET certification, the level 1 certification.
Okay.
I want to be a sommelier, but I love education. So if I can learn about something, I'm that person. I'm that person. So yes.
Interesting. Do you have a favorite?
Go ahead.
Do you have a favorite?
A favorite wine?
Yeah.
Ooh, Dr. Taji, there you go.
Listen, I don't like the way wine tastes, so
okay, so I do have one, but the one I have is no longer available, so I probably shouldn't share it. But it was the Piper Heidsieck Demi-Sec. And it was a beautiful, beautiful wine that was around for years. I literally celebrated every birthday with it since the time I turned 30 until I turned 49. And at the point where they were telling us that, hey, this crop is no longer available, I went out and bought all the bottles I could. I had my dad at the time buy all the bottles he could in Houston, and I kept them and celebrated every single year with that bottle. But it is no longer available. So I'm kind of like, But if I have to give some others, I'm going to say Harlem Champagne, which
Harlem
is
Champagne.
Okay. Champagne. There is LVE, is a sparkling French rosé that's from John Legend's vineyard, or to say his partnership, but he's in the field. And then the McBride sisters have a beautiful sparkling rosé as well. All of those do well as gifts because I have given them as gifts, and they also do well when I host parties or I sponsor someone else's party. They have never disappointed. So those are my go-tos. They stay in the fridge at all times.
Stay in the fridge at all times. Fantastic. So, folks, if you are just joining us, you are watching a live special of Let's Wine a Little. It's a show that is on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. on Indie Soup Media. Yes, we are on sabbatical. We're on a break right now, but we have these specials. We had 2 specials today, Ron's Christmas special and now this. So if you have any questions about wines, about the cocktails and mocktails we're about to do, please, please, please let us know. Let me take some comments before we go on. Let's see. Bryson is here. Hey, Bryson, what's up? You
Hey.
jumped for Instagram. Let me tell you something. Instagram people, the experience is much better on YouTube. So just saying. So he says, what's up? How are you, Bryson? And LaShondra Tinsley is here. Hello, hello. Welcome. Thank you. I hope everybody's ready to get down and deep in some cocktail and wine and spirits knowledge. Let's do it. Okay, let me make sure. Hey, bestie, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Flora Brown to you is also here. Lovey, Kim Haddad, Just Chris. Hey, how are you? Love you vibes. I think I said, hey, Tall Zeta, how are you? Welcome. And Fraser from you're from Edinburgh, Scotland. Welcome. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right. So, you know what? Why don't we start? What would you like to start with? You said the champagnes. We talked earlier offline and we said we were
Yes.
going to start with some champagne something. So, how about I put up go ahead.
Well, we can do a classic champagne cocktail. We can do that.
Okay. Is that on the recipe card? If
It
not,
should be on the recipe card. There should, because it's a very simple cocktail that if you're just getting started and you want to zhuzh up your, I'm looking at holidays, so I'm thinking more New Year's Eve, but it's great for Christmas as well, or whatever holiday, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, you can, look, we just enjoy the alcohol, right? But
yes.
you can you can drink it at all times. But it's a very simple
Wait.
recipe.
A
So we
Kwanzaa
could start
cocktail.
with
I'm
that
sorry.
one.
The Umoja cocktail. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Here we go. Yes. So you did. It is the champagne cocktail. So folks, if you are interested in these things, what you're going to do is screenshot this. I'll leave it up long enough so you can screenshot it. And here's the recipe for that. This is the champagne cocktail. This consists of 1 sugar cube, 2 to 3 dashes of Angostura bitters, 4 to 5 ounces, which is 120 to 150 milliliters of champagne or sparkling wine, whichever is your preference, and lemon twist or orange slice for garnish. So take a screenshot of that, and we can also put them up at the end. So I'm going to let you take it away. I'm going to put you full screen, and we're going to get to it.
Sweet. Now, I will say this. So when I'm at the house, I admit, I don't do a lot of the garnishes, but I like to share it because depending on what you're doing, if you are the person who is hosting a party, then it's a very good chance you want to be extra special and show all the people that, yes, I have those beautiful cherries and the orange slices and the lime wedges. You have all the things. But tonight, because it's just me in my home, and yes, I'm going to drink this. We're not throwing this away. We are just going to we do not believe in alcohol abuse, okay? We are just going to enjoy the cocktail as it is without all the garnishments. But I have put into my champagne glass my sugar cube, and I have put in a couple of dashes of the Angostura bitters. Now, I will say this next season, because I don't think we talked about Atachi, but we know that Let's Wine a Little was supposed to be like a special sort of thing, like a limited series. Okay, we're coming back next season. It's already been decided.
I already knew that. I don't
Right?
know why
Like,
you're going through this song and dance. I told you it was coming back.
sometimes, Dr. Taji, but we will be discussing glassware. Okay. Now, I will say that typically, if you are enjoying champagne, if you have a universal wine glass, it really allows you to get the whole bouquet of your champagne. But a flute is also great for optics. So for this, we are going to use a flute because we really want to get a picture of this sugar cube. And let me pour this in there, and I'm going to give myself a little break. The whole deal is you are looking at the sugar cube, and it is the bubbles that is giving off that really sets the mood and really makes it festive. So it's a beautiful drink, absolutely gorgeous. Now, for some people, if you don't do the garnish, it can be a tad bit too bitter. So think about how many dashes of the bitters you are using. Don't get too heavy on it because it's bitter. So that orange or that lemon that you could put in there makes it extra special and kind of, levels out the flavor, but it's a gorgeous drink that will just continue to send up these bubbles. And so that's a perfect one, not only for Christmas or any other holiday, but I love it for New Year's, because who doesn't want like confetti and bubbles and all the things that make you smile on the last day of the year, going into the new day of the year. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry. That's good stuff. So let me ask a few questions. Where would you buy the Angora sweater bitters? What is it called?
The Angostura bitters. Believe it or
Angostura
not,
bitters.
depending on your grocery store, they're in the grocery store. You
Oh,
could go to your liquor store, your big box wine store. I went to
okay.
my Kroger. Okay. It was on
Oh,
the aisle at the Kroger store. Now let me
yeah.
just let me back up one second, Dr. Taji, explain that.
Yeah.
So depending on your store, you are going to find nowadays there are more grocery stores that are bringing a really nice wine and mixer selection. They're not doing hard liquor, but they are providing a plethora of mixers. You can
Okay.
get, well, obviously your tonic water and things of that nature, your club soda, but they also have the pre-mixer for your margaritas, pre-mixers for mojitos, pre-mixers for your Bloody Marys. You have your simple syrups, your cream of coconut, all of that stuff is there. So check them out. And because they're a grocery store, they tend to have a lower price than your big box or your liquor stores. So I shop there first, and then I head over to find whatever I can't find there. So
Okay,
yeah.
we had a question also from Instagram, and Lovey is asking, are you using Prosecco? Was that Prosecco you used?
Now this one, I'm actually using Barefoot Bubbly. For this
Barefoot
one, you
Bubbly.
could
Hold
use
on.
Prosecco though.
Do
So
you
you
mind
can
holding
use
it
a
up?
champagne or a sparkling wine, it's your choice. Prosecco tends to be on the sweeter side, but it can also give it a real fun flavor. So I know for some people, if the champagne or the sparkling wine is too dry, they're like, oh my God, it's not sweet. The sugar cube is going to add some sweetness to it. Right now, yes, it is a little bitter, but it's a play of the flavors, right? But if you use a Prosecco, you make it a different taste. I say play with it. I love playing with it, so much so that our next cocktail, I actually played with it last night, and my husband loved it with the
Ooh.
addition, although the classic does not call for what I added.
Okay. So if you wanted it less sweet, you could obviously not use something like a Prosecco. And could you skip the sugar cube, or is that
The classic, well, this calls for a sugar cube. Could you skip it? You
okay?
could, but I don't know if the bitters would give it the same flavor. I believe in
Mm,
playing with all the crayons in the box.
okay.
So you're gonna find your recipes all over the place, your bartender books, what have you. But the good thing is, we can play with these. You can play with different flavors. You could do other ideas. So I say go for it. But yes.
Good deal. Well, we've got some comments over here. And Jeanette Ashworth, how are you, my friend? She says, sounds like a fabulous recipe for entertaining, elegant, and creative.
Yes. Yes.
And Ms. Elise is here and says hello to everyone. Jeanette says it sounds fun and festive. It actually does. And let's see. She says, Ms. Elise says, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And Jeanette Ashworth says, funny, exactly. I have heard of bitters, but I'm ignorant as to what they are and how to use them. Listen, if
The
you want
world
me to
of
be a mixologist,
liqueurs.
you're going to get poisoned because go ahead.
We'll be diving deep into the world of bitters. So on my list of things I want to do, I'm gonna throw it up to all the travel gods and the good Lord above, but I would love to get down to New Orleans and play with some of their signature cocktails. So they do a lot of things with the bitters and other items. So there's this whole other world that we would love to explore. I know I want to explore it. I don't keep a lot of that in my bar. My bar is primarily rum, tequila, moonshine. So there's a little bit of vodka in there. And well, that's about it for and I just got like a little fifth of gin. And that's just for like certain cocktails because I'm not really a gin drinker. So depending on what you enjoy, you may find yourself saying, okay, I want to go outside of my comfort zone right now. And there are so many ideas out there. Okay, I forgot. I'm also big on mezcal. Oh my goodness. Oh, if you like smoky and tequila, it's like, oh, it's amazing. So we'll be getting into that next season too. But
Mm.
I have not gotten really deep into all of the different liqueurs, but we are going to be exploring that. I do have one that I love. I love Saint Germain elderflower. It is the best. But we'll share more of those areas in season 2 because I have a list of what I want to discover.
Oh, this is interesting. And before we go on to the next one, there is a show that I used to watch when I wasn't little, I was grown, but there's a cooking show. It used to be on called Dessert Circus. And the show, it was on PBS, and the show was sponsored by Grand Marnier, which is an orange liqueur. And so all the recipes contain Grand Marnier in them. So I thought it was really fascinating how they were able to, slide Grand Marnier into everything. And of course, an orange liqueur would work well with any
Oh
dessert.
yeah.
But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what you do with all of that. I can't wait.
Well, I would tell you, I always add rum to my bread pudding.
Mm.
I mean, it's just, I add a lot of alcohol to a lot of things. Little
Okay.
FYI, you're doing chicken and dumplings, do a good Chardonnay or a Cabernet Sauvignon, it's gonna be good. I mean, like really. And then
Mm.
your oxtails, ooh, the
Oh,
red wine, soften that meat. Yes.
she's saying that. So that's some good eating,
Some
apparently.
good eating.
So before we go on, let me just welcome everyone in. My name is Tachi. I am the founder of Indie Soup Media. Today we are doing a live session of Let's Wine a Little. Oh, let me put myself up. Yes, we're doing a live session of Let's Wine a Little with Gwendolyn Houston Jack. She is the host of the show, and she's making some cocktails and mocktails that you can use to impress your friends and family during this holiday season. So with that, we're going to go on to our next one. Do we have a comment before that? Not quite. Okay. So what would you like to do next?
Let's stick with champagne. So we have the Coeur Royale.
Oh, okay. Now, see, I don't know what's in it, so you have to tell me. I was like, "Is that champagne?" Okay, so I would be a terrible co-host for you. So,
You're doing just fine.
okay, so we're gonna put the recipe up on the screen, and again, screenshot it if you are interested. We've the classic Coeur Royale. Coeur Royale contains half an ounce or 15 milliliters of creme de cassis, 4 ounces or 120 milliliters of champagne or sparkling wine, your choice, and lemon twist or black currant for garnish. Little Ribena, huh?
Yes. Now I will say this really quick because again, I like to play with stuff, but I also mix up my recipes sometimes. So yesterday, as I was playing around with the Coeur Royale, I put in a sugar cube and I coated the sugar cube in the creme de cassis, and I thought, okay, it's pretty. And then when I poured in the champagne, even prettier. Now my husband is not big on dry champagnes,
Okay.
but adding that sugar cube to this recipe, loved it. Absolutely loved it. So when I say play with some of these classic recipes, I mean that. I know that there are, what's the word they use? The rules. Once you know the rules, break them. I almost said something, but my mama watching. But break those rules. Do whatever you want to do. So I'm going to stick with the classic though. I didn't bring another sugar cube. I'm going to go with the classic.
Okay.
So we have again our flute because you really want to see the separation. We're putting in that black currant liqueur.
Oh, it's a liqueur. It's not
Yes,
a
it
concentrate.
smells lovely. Oh my God. It smells
Wow.
lovely. And this one, because it's liqueur, you're gonna have to go to a liquor store or a wine store. We're gonna pour that in and let it do what it do. It's a beautiful drink. And again, when you add your garnishments to it, it is just gorgeous. Now, what I hate about this one in terms of my presentation today is that when you have that sugar cube in there, it creates an even bigger separation between the liqueur and the sparkling wine or champagne. So the presentation is gorgeous when you add your own little twist to it. I personally like it with the sugar cube, but we're doing classic this evening, so I will stick with the classics. But gorgeous. And like I said, throw in your garnishments, make it really pretty and festive for those who are coming to celebrate with you either tomorrow or next week. And it's just a very simple drink that you can have and enjoy all year round. I like simple recipes. And then we can get, into some things because I am good for a rum punch. Can just say that real quick.
Now, I have a question. Could you, if you were not drinking, could you swap out the blackcurrant liqueur with something like a blackcurrant concentrate, like a Ribena?
It's a very good chance. There are a couple of mocktails that call for a flavored sparkling water versus using like a champagne or a liqueur. So it all depends on what the ingredients are, but you could swap out. You definitely could. And I have seen people do a Croix Royale with pomegranate juice. So people are playing with ideas, and it really depends on what you like and what you want to play with. I believe, play with all the crayons in the box. You take your basic recipe and then you zhuzh it up. Right? It's like the bread pudding recipe. I've seen some bread pudding recipes and I'm like, okay, great. I like to put a little rum in mine. I like to do a little dash. I like to do a little extra whiskey in my pineapple upside down cake. But we start with the basics and we play with it to make it our own. So I say, go for the gusto.
Go for the gusto, she says. All right, I think we have some comments. Let's go to let's see. Hey, Jesus, how are you? Welcome. Thank you so Jesus Black Man. Welcome. Thank you so well, I believe Jesus is in the room too. So thank you. Pretty Kitty Publishing is also here. She says, let's go holiday celebration. And Indina Maste, welcome. Thank you so much. I got you, Jesus Black Man. I got you. Pam is here, and Songs of Joy is also here. Over here on the Instagram side. Well, I think we have some questions on the YouTube side. Oh, first of all, we have a foodie himself. Renowned chef, the food plane is here. It says hello to me and fellow media scopers. Diaz, how are you? And today is actually Let's Wine a Little. This is Gwendolyn's show. She is a creator on Indie Soup Media and a good friend. And she is showing us cocktails and mocktails that we can make for our holiday celebrations. So let's see. And Serena says, by the way, the glasses, I agree. The glasses are par excellence. Wonderful.
These are my readers too, right? Like these are my readers, right? Because I'm at that point where like I have the contacts, but I'm like, I don't know what that says on that screen. So I need to put on some readers.
Jeanette Ashworth says she looked you up and you are a woman of many talents and much wisdom. Bravo. Oh, she's absolutely amazing. Yes. And Food Plane also loves your glasses. Chrissy's Corner is here and says hello and happy Christmas Eve. Happy Christmas Eve to you as well. And said, yes, gorgeous. Did not know they made cool readers like this. I am in the reader crew. So listen, if you want information on anything, basically ask G. She is the G when it comes to this.
I will tell you now, if I may shout her out, because we'll be seeing her next season on Small Biz Bites, but this is from Glitz Optical.
Is that from Glitz Optical?
This is Glitz Optical. The lady is doing all the things. So yeah, my whole collection minus maybe 5 pair are from Glitz Optical.
Listen, and Glitz Optical, Glitz is located in your town in Texas, right?
It is, and she does virtual appointments. She can do virtual fittings. So she has styled some amazing people and, including Ricky Smiley. So you don't have to be face to face with her. She can get you together.
Really?
Online. So,
all right.
Yes.
Jeanette, there you go. So if you're interested, anybody who wears readers or not just readers, because she does prescriptions as well. Am I correct?
She does prescriptions as well.
Okay. So definitely check out Glitz Optical. Amazing. I mean, the styles are beautiful.
Yes.
If I wore, I'll just get some glasses with clear glass. How about that?
You can do that too. I have a couple of those.
I'm gonna do that just for style, just for style. Let's see. All right. So why don't we go to the next one?
Well, let's get into
Or
some eggnog type things. Now, I'm going
okay.
to talk about eggnog in terms of how I enjoy it, and then I'm going to pull out my coquito, which I had to build yesterday because we don't have the kitchen yet, y'all. But trust me, I'm working on that. I'm working on getting the kitchen to do all of this
The kitchen studio.
because that's just how I go through life. I dream big, but I love a good eggnog, Dr. Tachi. I love a good eggnog, and I don't like to build my own eggnog. Just saying, eggs are really expensive in my head all the time. But you can take your store-bought eggnog and zhuzh it up. I enjoy mine with a rum shada because I love the taste of that. And I also use salty caramel moonshine from Old Smoky. Both of those will change your life. Plain and simple, will change your life. But you can also go to your local big box wine store, liquor store, and get those pre-made eggnogs that already have the liquor in it. I have done quite a few of those over the years. They have never failed me. They are easy to chill and serve. And this year, I tried Fireball's Yule Nog, which is deep with the Fireball. So if you love cinnamon, if you love Fireball, you should check it out. The last time I looked, it was for $10. So I suggest it. But coquito, as some people like to say, is the Puerto Rican version of eggnog. Now, the one that I build, I don't use eggs in it. I don't like to use eggs unless I'm baking something or scrambling something. That's just how I am. Put on a hamburger. But I built my coquito last night. And so if you want to throw up the recipe, Dr. Tachi, we can show that. And then I'm going to pour myself
Okay.
a
Some
little
coquito.
coquito.
Wonderful. All right. So this is coquito. If you are Puerto Rican, you probably make this every holiday. We had a HR person when I taught at my former university who was Puerto Rican, and she brought it for everyone every year. Coquito consists of one 15-ounce can of cream of coconut, such as Coco Lopez, one 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk, one 12-ounce can of evaporated milk, 1 cup of unsweetened coconut milk beverage, 1/2 cup of white rum, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of freshly grated nutmeg, plus more for serving, and cinnamon sticks for serving. Now, this sounds very much like, let me take that down. This sounds very much like Haitian, I think it's crema they have in Haiti. So it sounds very much like these cream-based drink. They also have something similar in Trinidad. So every island has their version of this.
Yeah. And I've seen people use like a dark rum. Now, I will say this, you're going to take all of these ingredients and you're going to dump it into your blender, give it like about 2 minutes, chill it for an hour, and then pour it into a pitcher. I happen to have bottles, right? Because I keep bottles and stuff. So it's easier to serve and store. And
Okay.
as it sits, it may separate, because of the coconut fat and stuff, but you just shake it up just to give it a nice little, zhuzhing to put it all back together again. And then you're good. I had a friend, I shouldn't say had, she's a friend, but she sent me a really nice bottle of coquito a few years back for New Year's Eve. Oh my goodness. So, I love enjoying it, especially on New Year's Eve. That's how I typically enjoy it, right by the fire, because it tends to be colder at that point in Texas. I don't know about this year because it's acting kind of funny, but whatever. At the end of the day, I'm going to enjoy my coquito all the time. So I have my little mug here, as I have shared before. If you've seen anything else I've done, I love National Lampoon Christmas Vacation. And so my siblings know that. They purchased the little moose mug for me so I can act out all of the movie scenes and what have you. Yes, I am that person. I don't have my nutmeg in here, and that's okay. We don't have to worry about having the nutmeg. Just like your eggnog, you can throw your nutmeg on there and do as you see fit. Let's put that back in there. But I have my little cinnamon stick. Now this what I'm thinking, okay, wait, my glass is deeper than my cinnamon stick, so I'm not gonna throw it in there. Little FYI. When looking at your glassware and your garnishments, those measurements, yeah, they like my cinnamon stick is entirely too short, so it'll get lost in my mousse mug. So I'm gonna just put it to the side. But you can serve it, throw a little nutmeg on there, and it lasts for days. I mean, I don't know how fast you guys drink it. I tend to drink a little bit every day, just like my eggnog. So as I'm cleaning, I have eggnog. As I'm cooking, I have eggnog, and what can I tell you? But dark rum, white rum, again, you can play with it to make it suit your taste. But this is a recipe that I tend to use for all of my holidays. So yes. Mm-hmm.
Good deal. All right. So that is coquito. And I know, listen, the food plane, I think you're Puerto Rican, right? So I know you have something to say about this. Let's go back through some comments. And Sarita is saying really to the glasses thing, I believe. So yeah, we'll hook you all up so that you can know that. And let's see. Lashandra says, yes, bring on the eggnog grown up recipe.
Yes. We'll have to do, I'll have to look at building my own eggnog. Something about using eggs in my drinks, or just, I don't know. For me, if I don't know it's there, I'm good. But if I know it's there, it's no. Because I keep thinking I have to, I know how I want to have my eggs. I don't know if that really makes sense, but
it's not the safest thing in the world. Let's say some can turn into salmonella drinks, so you just have to be careful with that.
That too.
Yeah. So Sarita says you just made eggnog sound sexy, and Food Plane says, "Come on now." Chrissy's Corner says coquito, and Jeanette loves the mug. She says it's so much fun.
Yes.
It is.
In terms of servingware, as I mentioned before, we'll talk more about glassware and everything next season. But I find it best to have a small collection of different types of glassware, right? Like you can have a tall Collins glass. You may want something for flutes. You may want a universal wine glass. There are snifters. I have little glasses just for testing my tequila and my whiskeys, what have you. So, you can create a collection. You may need space for all of this glassware. So sometimes it's good to go with something universal so that you can just serve all the things. Would I love to have a piece of stemware for the white and the red and the this and the that and the Pinot Noir? And yes, we don't have that kind of space, Dr. Dachi. I don't have that kind of space. And I think if I did, I don't know if I would want, if I had a tasting room, then it'd be different. But so, yeah, I don't have that space though.
So the best thing is to have something that's universal so that you can use it in a lot of different ways.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Makes sense. Let's see. We got some comments over on Instagram, and Jesus Black Man is sipping on something as we speak. Go ahead, my friend. Sip away. Blessed to have Aiden in here. Welcome. Pammy Pam, how are you? Welcome in. It is wonderful to see you. Thank you all so much for being here. If you are just joining in now, this is a real treat. Even though we're on break, we're all on break. We decided to come out of sabbatical for some holiday cheer. Ron Foster was on earlier at 5 with Touch Base Daily. And now we are here with Let's Wine a Little. And this is the normal time that her show comes on. So take note and make sure that you are watching Indie Soup Media Tuesday. Watch it all week long. But Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern time is when Let's Wine a Little is on. If you're interested in more information about wine, spirit, she's done a wine tour. I mean, it's just a stellar program. So let's see. We've also got, yes, the two faces. These are actually supposed to be reindeer. I wear it every year. And I wear it all throughout. You'll see this throughout January. So I just love headbands like this. So absolutely. So Food Plane does have a question for you. Do you have a favorite cocktail?
I do, and he happened to mention it. So there is this champagne drink, and I can't think of the official name, with Saint Germain, where it
Ah,
is Saint
okay. I
Germain
see.
and sparkling champagne or sparkling champagne, champagne or sparkling wine, and you do a oh, I can't think of it, a sparkling water, right? I tend to do a Perrier, and you mix it, and I sip on it, and it's easy, delicious. I love it dearly. I actually have two pitchers. I have one for a single serve size, and then I have the large vessel. So when I have guests coming over, like it tells you, put so much Saint Germain, so much champagne, so much sparkling water, and then you're done. But it is one of my favorite easy cocktails, and it's my go-to. So
Mm.
yes, love Saint Germain. We'll be talking about that because they have tons of great recipes. Tons of great recipes.
I always like the name Saint Germain too
Right?
because it reminds me of the artist. He's like it's lounge slash house. I think they're actually a group called Saint Germain out of Europe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you've probably heard the
Supports
song.
a very good chance.
Yeah, probably heard
Yeah.
them. So every time I hear Saint Germain, it reminds me of that. All right. Well, so we have another. Well, actually, we have a
There's a
mocktail.
mocktail. Mhm.
We've got a mocktail,
So we're gonna
ladies
talk
and
about the
gentlemen.
mocktail because
Okay, let's talk about it. Go.
we have a lot of room. Like I said, I got to work on getting that kitchen. So I'll let you bring the recipe up if you would.
Ah, that's right.
Um,
That's right. That's right.
and then
Let's
we'll dip into some discussions about mocktails.
absolutely. So let me bring up the recipe for the mocktail. And this mocktail is a sparkling cranberry lime mocktail. It contains 1 cup or 240 milliliters of cranberry juice, 1/2 cup or 120 milliliters of sparkling water, 1 tablespoon of lime juice, 1 to 2 teaspoons of honey or simple syrup, that's optional for sweetness, fresh cranberries and lime slices for garnish, and of course, ice cubes.
So this one, you literally, again, you put it all in there into the pitcher. You're gonna stir this bad boy up, and then you serve it over ice, right? The cool thing about mocktails, and I'll make a quick little topic, well, no, soapbox moment about non-alcoholic wines, sparkling wines, and drinks. I believe if you're going to be a really good host or hostess, you should have something for everybody because everyone doesn't want to drink, or you could be the person who is the designated driver, right? So when you're putting together your menu, you want to think about who's coming and what do I want to serve, and then also what do I want to serve without any alcohol. Now, back in my former days when we would do store openings, there would be a signature cocktail that ran heavy on the alcohol. I don't suggest that. All right. So keep it light. But there was also an alternative drink for those who didn't want to drink or had no desire or just, don't do alcohol. The cool thing though is I have seen a number of recipes that take out the alcohol and replace it with a sparkling water. It can even be a flavored sparkling water. So this is where I say play with the options. A lot of these sparkling waters and things you can get like a small serving size of it, so you don't have to buy like this huge big, 2-liter bottle of something, unless of course you always enjoy it. But play with those sparkling waters, putting them in the mix where you would have alcohol and see what you get. And you create your own mocktail as well. But there is this huge selection of non-alcoholic wine and sparkling wine that you can also find at your grocery store as well as your wine store. And it's huge. I didn't understand it. I'm still working on the idea, but I get it. Like you can have a Chardonnay, but not have the alcohol that comes with. Or it could be like less than 1%. So someone can still enjoy it, but not get tipsy or what have you. But, you know, or it could like have like no calories and things. But it is a great way to be a smart hostess because you want to make sure that whoever you are inviting into your home, one, is safe when they come and leave, but then two, that you have everybody feels welcomed and have something to enjoy beyond sparkling cider, which is also great too, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I do have a question about the cranberry juice that you use.
Mhm.
Are we talking pure cranberry juice with no sugar added? Or should it be the like cranberry juice cocktail that has either apple juice mixed in it or some sort of sugar?
I typically do the one that doesn't have the sugar, but like
Okay.
if I have, okay, so I did try, God bless me, I did try one of the non-alcoholic sparkling wines. It didn't work out so well. So that one, yeah, I know. I was like, oh no. So that one I went for another sort of mix. I did like a pineapple orange
Okay.
cocktail because it had
Okay.
sugar in it to sort of lift it up because I thought I
Okay.
can't throw this out. Like I refuse to throw it out, but I'm going to make
Right.
it work with something. So yeah,
Right.
I tend to go for the no sugar before we do anything with sugar. But again, it's all about your palate and what you enjoy. I don't believe there's a lot of rules in this world for certain things in terms of what you enjoy. You know, people like to put what fries in their frosty. I don't understand it, but I'm not judging. You know what I'm saying? I'm not judging.
We
So
listen and we don't judge.
thank you. Mhm. So do what you believe is best.
Okay.
But there are a number of recipes that people who don't drink can enjoy something festive and have it decorated and still be in the vibe with everybody else when you are hosting either for Christmas or for New Year's.
Mm. Well, Serena seems very interested in that mocktail. And she says, I may need to make that mocktail for my birthday. That sounds amazing. And Cass is here. Hello, Cass. How are you? It says, good recipes. I agree. And Jeanette says, lots of times the gourmet food and drink folks forget that the everyday person may be intimidated by some recipes. Gwendolyn explains everything so well.
Thank you. Those are my years of teaching coming back to help me. So they do show up at times. They do show up. I do want to say, I think it was Food Plane who was asking about my favorite in terms of red or white wines.
Oh, did he? Okay,
Yes, I
I
will tell
missed
you,
that.
I
All right, here we go.
I
Yes.
love I am sparkles first, right? So all things champagne, champagne, spumante, prosecco, cava, all the things that are bubbles. That's first. But after that, I really like reds. I love a good hearty red, like a Rioja. I love a good Syrah, a Shiraz. Like I love the reds. But in the summer, because it's a little hot here in Texas, I'm gonna go with a white and maybe a white spritzer because it's light and airy. You know what I mean? But thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. But there's a lot of champagne in my fridge. There's a lot of champagne in there.
Is
A
there food in
majority.
your fridge too? That Oh goodness. Well, so let's look at Instagram. And Pammy Pam says she likes Saint Germain. I'm not sure if you're talking about the
Yes.
drink or
It's a
the
beautiful
group,
bottle.
but okay.
Oh.
Well,
Oh, wait, yeah,
so
'cause
what
it
is
could be the
Saint
group too,
Germain?
right? It could be the group.
It could, but I'm thinking she's talking about
Yeah.
but what is Saint Germain exactly?
It's an elderflower liqueur, and
Ah,
it is
okay.
the most gorgeous bottle I have ever seen.
Mm,
Sometimes I will buy something based on the bottle, or the label every blue moon. But the
okay.
elderflower, I was actually out someplace and I had a cocktail and they'd used Saint Germain. And so for me, like if I'm out someplace trying something new, I will take a picture of the cocktail recipe, like on the menu. And then I will go out and find it for myself. Because I mean, we all know that there's a little bit of an upcharge on alcohol and wine when you're out and about at the restaurant or a bar or
Correct.
something. So I like
Correct.
to do my own thing. And I literally will investigate the brand, probably get on their email list, download their recipes, and become part of their fan club. So if you've ever heard of Freixenet, they are beautiful Spanish company. They do a lot of great cavas. They also have this amazing prosecco. But when I joined their email list, they were like, "Hey, we're giving away champagne flutes. Sign me up." So if you really enjoy a certain brand, look into getting on their email list, join their wine club, see what they have available. Bacardi is very giving at times, but pick and choose what suits you and get into it. Like, if you don't want their email, then don't get it. But I get some really good emails, some really great recipes, and it keeps me on the up and up on what's happening and coming. And I'm not mistaken, Saint Germain is doing something with Bacardi. Like that email just came out like a few weeks ago. I need to go back and read it. So yeah.
Well, you're the perfect person to host this show, because if you know that type of stuff, so you get the deets and the ends on what's happening and what's coming up as well. So good deal. Good stuff. All right. So we have some more. We have a little bit more time because it is Christmas Eve and we don't want to hold everybody forever hostage. Hopefully we're not holding you hostage and you are here of your own free will and you're having a great time. Let's see. Jesus Black Man said he hasn't learned his wines yet. Is there a way that you would suggest people learning wine since he mentioned this?
My suggestion is, depending on where you are, if you can find a place that does a wine tasting, start there first. Now, I hate promoting people. Okay, take it back. That's not true, because there's certain folks I love promoting. Hello, Glitz Optical. There you go. But if you have a Total Wine in your area, Total Wine does tastings on a regular basis. You might want to check yours, but I know in my area, they do tastings Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock p.m. And they will have between 4 and 5 different wines to taste. That's the best time to get in, because you have a place that is giving a wine tasting all the time. I do know that there are some local wine stores who do the exact same thing. So if you really want to get into it, I say go there first. If you think you may want to investigate whiskey or a vodka or a tequila or something, and you have a bar or a restaurant that is known for that, a lot of them will offer a flight. And the flight will allow you to again, try anywhere from 4 to 5 different types of whiskeys. I've seen different types of tequilas. I've seen vodkas, because we do a lot of tasting. But it lets you play with something and not have a really big investment. Like we're talking just a couple of ounces of each one for a set price. And then you can, again, take a picture, write it down, and then you'll know which ones you really want to purchase and probably dig deeper into the future. So I love tastings. I love flights. That's the way that I would go. If you have, again, that local liquor store or wine store, a lot of those people really want to help you find out what you enjoy. So talk to them. Now, every now and then you'll get someone who will look at you and say, "Are you looking for a Moscato?" No, sir, I am not. Everybody who looks like me ain't trying to drink Moscato, okay? So just, pick and choose where you want to go, but, do a little investigating, do a little tasting. That's a great way to do it and not lose a lot of money. Like, don't go out and buy a bottle. If you're at some friends' homes and they do a tasting, do it that way. You could also look at joining a wine club. There are a number of wine clubs where people, like local people, get together and travel and do wine. So that's a great way to get started. Slow and steady wins the race, if I'm not mistaken. So I think
Slow and steady wins the race. Excellent recommendations. Thank you so much for that. Let me look and say, so Jesus Black Man asked, so what do you have to do to become a fan? Watch the show. Watch the show. Watch on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern time. When we come back, we will be back in February. So when we come back, you'll be able to watch. And this is not the only show she has on Indie Soup. She has 4 shows on Indie Soup. This one just happens to be wine, spirits, and all the rest of it. So, but check her out. Beautiful, beautiful reflections is here. Jesus Black Man says, please hold me hostage. Listen, no, I'm sure you have stuff that you need to get to. You just don't want to do it. That's what that is. Let's see. Jesus Black Man also says, we had a wine tasting place here, Black owned, but they gave them so many problems that they ended up closing. It is difficult, I can imagine, to hold that type of enterprise and to have it be profitable so that you can stay open.
Well, okay, so let me say this, and I don't have all of my numbers in front of me, so I'm not
Okay,
going to throw out numbers, but I will
sure.
say this: we know that there are a number of black and brown consumers who enjoy alcohol. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put that to the side. There are a lot of black and brown owned wines, tequilas, rums, whiskeys, all the things. What tends to get in our way is my own opinion, so do not hold Dr. Tachi or Indie Soup Media accountable for what I'm about to say. But we tend to get caught up in the glitz and glamour of someone's status or being a celebrity, right? Now, I'm going to go back to the 90s. Nope, the early 2000s, where we were passing the Courvoisier and half of us couldn't even spell it, let alone know what, we didn't even know what it was. We were just buying it up because Busta Rhymes said to pass the Courvoisier, right? Or it was Jay-Z and Cristal. It's great, but we're at a place where there are a lot of us who look like us and others who are in the game. And if you really like somebody and you really want them to be there, then you need to show up and support them. I shop consciously. Most of my wines in my fridge are black owned. They are owned by women primarily, right? I'm not discriminating, but hey, I have my biases. My biases put me where they put me, right? But if you want something, you can go find it. There are a number, and they are in Total Wine, they're in Specs, they're in a number of stores across the board. They're in Target. We have one here, Wandry Wine. They are based in Dallas. They are fruit wines with a very, I'm going to say, a slightly heavier alcohol content for a fruit wine, but they are a husband and wife team that was on Shark Tank. So, and they're in Texas and all over. Like they are in Target and they're in Georgia, and they have been moving because they had Mark Cuban as their sponsor. So smart move there. So if you want something and you enjoy having a certain presence in your neighborhood, you have to support them. You have to go there and be there and shout them out, share their details, show up. What tends to happen is we tend to again get swayed by all the pretty glamorous stuff. Like, and this is my last little piece, Dr. Tachi.
No, no worries.
Love going to Atlanta. There are a lot of black owned restaurants. Love it. I don't understand why there's not more black owned brands on the walls. Because you
Because there's
can get the
more
whiskey, the
grass.
tequila, the rum, the wine. There's McBride Sisters. There's Brown Estate. There's Love Corkscrew. There are so many. Mimosa. There's Harlem Champagne. There are so many that they could fill in that restaurant. I don't know why we don't think that way, but that's for another day. That's not today's topic. Today's topic is eggnog and champagne and mocktails.
Well, I was saying about Atlanta, they're too busy putting grass and stuff on the walls to make it fancy. And I think this is for anything that you have to have vertical integration. So it's not just enough for something to be, oh, okay, this is woman owned, for example. Well, if you're only selling brands that are not woman owned, the only person that really benefits is you. So you have to do the vertical integration. And there's nothing wrong with you benefiting, but if we're looking at creating an ecosystem, then you have to have the entire ecosystem as part of it. Not that you all tuned in for that, but I just
know.
had to say that. It's part and parcel of the whole conversation. So
Yes.
thank you for bringing that up. Absolutely. Let's see. We've got Jeanette says raise a glass and make a toast. Absolutely.
I got a couple of glasses.
She said it makes her want to raise a glass and make a toast, but we'll do it too. I've got sparkling water, but cheers to you all because
Cheers.
you all are absolutely amazing. You are phenomenal. Somebody's laughing at fries in the Frosty. I've heard of that, but I was like, but why? But you know what? If you like it, I like it for you.
Right.
And let's see. Oh, Cass has a question. What food? Did somebody
Oh,
ask what food pairs with what? Am I missing something?
oh, I missed that one too. We can definitely talk more about food pairings in season 2. We'll dig deeper into that. Two things about it. One, yes, there are certain wines and liquors too that will enhance the taste of what you're eating. At the exact same time, to take out all of the I don't know what to serve, I always say, whatever you enjoy drinking, go with that because it will never steal you wrong, right? Like if you're not one who likes a real oaky, bold Chardonnay, then don't do it, right? If you're not really one for a hearty red, then don't do it. Even though it would be great with this slide of Wagyu beef. Ooh, I'm touching. I had a piece this past couple of weeks. Oh my God. Yes. But if that's not your thing, then don't do it. Right. Because you're not gonna enjoy it. But we'll talk more about food pairings. And if I may share what we are going to talk about in season 2,
Please do.
we do have vodka coming up. We're going to talk about vodka. And we do have a black owned vodka that was labeled labels listed selected as the best vodka in the world. So we do have it. We're going to talk about cognac, which I'm not really a big cognac drinker, but I had a chance to put my hand on a bottle of Louis 13. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. We are going to get into tequila and mezcal, as well as talk about glassware, because glassware makes a difference. It makes a difference. And I'm going to go ahead and shout out Estelle Colored Glass, which again is Black owned and most beautiful piece of glassware. It is colored. So if you're doing a tasting, probably not the best, but for serving, it's gorgeous. So yeah.
That sounds great because glassware is important. And actually, we're giving away some of yours tonight. We've got some,
Yeah.
yeah, we've got some giveaways to do, but let's get some of these comments in before we run out of time. Let's see. Jeanette says, here we go. Good to know. Always good to know and support Black owned and women owned businesses. Absolutely. Cass says more awareness is needed. And Bestie says Alizé was my drank with an A.
Had Alizé.
Drank.
Never had Alizé. I've never had Mad Dog 2020. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
None of it. Because I did, like I said, I was 24 when I started. I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just never really liked the taste of alcohol, but you know, I've done like what mojito. It cute, sweet drinks is the only thing, and then it's like, well, why bother? But yeah, they make some nice mojitos down here in Miami. So we also have, I know those of you on Instagram, thank you for hanging in there. Pammy Pam asked about your handle, and I'm about to put that up right now. If you want to follow her on IG, she is at Black Power Bunny. See her shirt? That is how you follow her on IG for all sorts of great things. Not just she's old. He's got 4 on Indie Soup, but I think you have 6 or 7 shows all together.
I believe in sharing all of my gifts.
Yes, you do.
Like the good Lord is like, look, I'm gonna put this in you. Go out there and deal with the world. So I'm like, look, I'm in it. So we share all the gifts. I don't believe in just driving one car.
There you go. You drive all 7 of them at the same time. And also, if you are interested in more of her knowledge on wine, spirits, food pairings, etc., tune into Let's Wine a Little. It's Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Indie Soup Media. If you're not following Indie Soup, I don't know what you're doing. Indie Soup Media, and it's just like that on all platforms, on IG, on YouTube. YouTube is our primary way of spreading the good news of Indie Soup. We are at 22,700 subscribers on YouTube. And so thank you all for being part of that number. So let me put that up again for those of you on IG. You can follow her at Black Power Bunny on Instagram, definitely. And make sure you check out her shows. Let me see if there's anything else on Instagram I am missing. Mary, how are you? Welcome in. Adrian NYC, good to see you. Trish, how are you? Happy holidays, Trish. Good to see you. And let's see. Beautiful Reflections is happy. She's putting up the celebrations. And all right, so what we're going to do is we have some people on Instagram. So Instagram, what I usually do is I give you a number. People on the other platforms, you can actually be in the physical raffle, right? So we have some stuff to give away today. We have first what we Divine Right is here. We're giving away 2 of her ebooks. It is the 10th anniversary of hold on. It is the 10th anniversary of Reconstructions. I was about to say Revelations. No, that's Alvin Ailey. Reconstruction. And it's the 10th anniversary, and I'm so proud of her. And we are giving away 2 of her ebooks, which has been retooled. So these are not even out yet. We are giving away 2 glasses, stemware. Now you have your choice of stemware from not divine right, from Black Power Buddy from Gwendolyn. So I'll show you what you have your choice of, and also from our wonderful earring sponsor. And she's been so great. She sent me some earrings to give away to you all. That is Wanda Siddiqui of Cultural Findings. We've got that. So we have 3, I guess it's actually kind of 6 giveaways that we're going to do. So let's do this. We're going to start with, since you're here and it's your show, we're going to start with your stemware first, right? So let's do this. I am going to share the screen so that you guys, as they say in New York and stuff, you guys can see what we're doing. All right. Can you all see this? Oh, yeah, you can.
I can see it.
Okay, good. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see it. So this is her store, and she's got a couple of types of glasses. Now, and I will say this, if you don't want a wine glass, it fits with the theme, but if you would rather have another type of glass, let me know. So to the people who win that, so you have your choice of sipper glass, which is cute with, like, you do the little glass straw thing. You could get mug if you like. You can get the acrylic cup, or here we go. Look at how these look. You could get a stemmed or stemless wine glass. And these are her shows. You could get small biz bites, ladies listen up, or girl listen. If you're a guy, you might want the small biz bites, but it doesn't matter. You might want ladies listen up. No judgment here. We listen and we do not judge. So that is what we're doing first. So you have your choice. And then, you know what, to be honest, if there's something, whatever that's on here, take your choice. Since it's a wine show, that's why I said the stemware, but take your choice. I'm going to stop sharing, and we're going to do this. If you are on Instagram, you are going to put a number between 20 and 65.
Oh.
If you are on Instagram people only, you are going to put a number between 20 and 65. This is for the stemware or something from her site. If you are on YouTube and the rest, you are going to put in the word glass, GL, or hashtag glass, I should say. Hashtag glass, hashtag GLASS. I'll give you a minute to do that. Okay, so once again, people on Instagram, a number between 20 and 65. If you are on the rest, Facebook, etc., you are going to put hashtag glass in the chat, whatever chat you're on. And we're going to do that now. Hold on, let's take a look. Did you guys do it? Okay, we got hashtag glass, hashtag glass, hashtag glass. All right, so I'm about to do it. So let's look at Instagram first. All right, so Pammy Pam is here. Adrian, let's see. All right, let's see. Well, I'm going to go with Kobe Bryant, number 24, says Jesus Black Man. All right. Oh, sorry, 23, because, okay, I saw you saw. All right, so guess who the winner, guess what the number was? The number was 21. So Jesus Black Man, you win because you came the closest. 23. So go to her site. Her site is what is it? It's Veiled
Vault.
Veiled-Vault Printify.me, but okay, just back end me and I'll send it to you. And you can take a look at the actually, I think I could put this up now. Hold on. And I want you guys to take a look at it anyway. So let's do this. Hold on. And we're about to do, those of you, get your glass in now. Hold on a second. Okay. Here we go. Oh, wait, I got to share. I got to share the screen. Thank you for hanging in with us, guys. I know it's Christmas Eve.
Well, I'm not cooking, so.
You think I am? All right. So here we go. We're collecting the comments. And here we go. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Serena!
Hey!
Yay! So Jesus Black Man and Serena, make sure that you back end me. Send me a message on Instagram so that I can actually and tell me what it is you want from the site. Let me actually stop sharing. And we will, let me put that up now. And because you guys should look anyway, but we have some more giveaways. So just stand tight, hold tight, stand up. Hold tight. That's it. All right. So let me put this in here so you guys have the, this is the site, veiled-vault.printify.me/products. So this is where you would go and tell me what you're picking out and we'll get that to you. Now, you know, it's not going to be there in time for tomorrow. So if you were looking to try and get a gift, it's too bad. But just let me know and we will get that to you. Okay. Fantastic. All right. So I'm going to hide that now. And again, if you need it, I will send it to you. Just send me a message on Instagram. Congratulations, Jesus Black Man and Serena. All right. Let's do this. We have now Serena we have 2 copies of Serena's book that are going to be given away, one for Instagram, one for the rest of us, Festive for the rest of us. And what you're going to do, okay, so this time Instagram, you are going to put in a number between 90 and 125. Number between 90 and 125 for Serena's book, Reconstruction. It's a beautiful book. And those of you on the rest, put in #book. I won't make you put reconstruction. #book. No, between 90 and 125 on Instagram. And for the rest of you, #book. All right. Let me get this together. So this is the ebook. It's actually an ebook for reconstruction.
Nice. And
it's wonderful. It's retooled. It's not even really out yet. So you are getting an exclusive. All right. So let's see. 90 and 125. Hey, bilingual brown babies, how are you? Welcome. Jesus Black Man says, I've never won anything. Well, congratulations. I get it. I get it. All right, here we go. Let's take a look over here. Okay, book. I think we have everybody in. Let's do this. All right, so we are going to share screen. And then, so we'll do the rest first and then Instagram last. And after this, we have one more and then we're going to let you go. Okay, here we go. Share screen. All right. Let's go. All right. Who's getting this book? Who is getting the retooled book? Hannah Boyd Miller. Hannah Boyd Miller, congratulations. Woo! You have won an ebook from Divine Right. Congratulations. All right. So now let's go to Instagram. The number was between 90 and 125. The number was, Hold on, let me go through. The number is between 90 and 125. The number actually is 95. Pam, you hit it on the nose. Wow. Pam, you won a copy of Divine Rights book. So for both of you, send me a message to my Instagram and we will get that out to, or actually it's an ebook. So we'll send you the info for the download of your ebook. Wonderful. So congrats to Hannah and Pam. And we have one more. So from our wonderful, and before we do that, I need to play the promo for our earring sponsor, Cultural Findings, Wanda Siddiqui. Let's see if we could get that done. Where are you? Okay, here we go. She is at Cultural Findings on Instagram, and she makes all sorts of wonderful things, including furniture, including bags, etc. And she has sent me some. She makes everything by hand. She's phenomenal. So we've got 2 pairs that are actually, I think you're going to each get 2 pairs. So look at these.
Ooh,
she makes these beautiful, right? And we've got these.
Ooh.
And these. Look at these. Beautiful.
Those are gorgeous.
And they're super light, so you're not going to tear your ears. So even if you're a guy and you want to give these to somebody, or wear them yourself, damn it. Listen, whatever people want to do. So this last giveaway, what you're going to do is you on every place else that are going to do the hashtag, it's hashtag earrings with an S. And for Instagram, if you want to enter it, for your wife, right? So the number this time is between 200 and 250. Between 200 and 250 on Instagram. Everyone else, you're going to put in the chat hashtag earrings with an S. And this is our last one for the day. All right. Thank you for hanging in there, folks. This is actually really fun. Thank you so much for doing this with us.
Yeah. This is, I brought my noise makers. I wait to the end though.
Okay, yes. We'll do that at the end. All right, so this is our last giveaway. Remember that to put in my IG, put which one you want. Oh, and your address, right? Because we need to know where to send it to. An address that you like stuff sent to, even if it's a P.O. box, that's fine. Okay, earrings. Do we have anybody else for the earrings? Hashtag earrings. All right. So bilingual brown babies. Adrian, I said between 200 and 250. Okay. No. Jesus, black man, not in the chat. Don't put your address in the chat. Put it in the private back.
Your DMs.
The DMs. Yes. We don't want all your stuff out there. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Adrian. All right. So, Instagram, the number was 239.
Oh.
Who got closest? Jesus, black man, are you kidding me? Okay, you already got something. So you already won something. He said 225, so we're going to go with the next one. Bilingual brown babies, congratulations. It goes to you. So just put your address in the back chat. Jesus, black man, you're on something today. So not in a bad way. You're on anyway. And so let's do the giveaway for the final. We've got to share. Present. This is the thing that takes a long time. Otherwise, we would have been done. But we want to say Happy Christmas to you all. All right. Here we go. Right. And here we go. We are drawing we are drawing LaShonda
Hey!
Tinsley. Congratulations. You won the earrings. Wonderful. Wonderful. So each of you that got earrings, you're going to get 2 pairs. So congratulations. And thank you once again to Wanda Siddiqui of Cultural Findings. Thank you to G and her store. And thank you to Serena. So listen, you come away with knowledge, but today you're also coming away with giftices. So let's stop share. Okay, stop sharing there. This was absolutely wonderful. Yay, fantastic. All right, guys. This was Gwendolyn, thank you so much. Your knowledge, it just blows my mind every time I watch the show to see your level of knowledge, and the fact that you came and shared it with us today live is no small feat. So thank
No.
you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate it.
And let everybody know once again how they can follow you and some of the things that you have coming up.
Well, I am Black Power Bunny on Instagram, but most of my life, like all of the really good stuff, goes down on YouTube under GR Houston Jack. And we have the next season of Girl Listen starting on the 3rd of January. Is that next week? Oh, shoot. Okay, so that's starting. And then we have our second season of Let's Wine a Little. We have Ladies Listen Up. We're in season 3. And like, if you're not following Indie Soup Media, I don't know what's going on. Like, you are missing out on some amazing,
you're missing out, peoples.
Like, amazing content.
Absolutely amazing content. So yeah, actually, we might as well play the brief promo. So for those of you that are not following Indie Soup, you can start to follow us. Here we go. We are Indie Content Redefined. Make sure you check us out Monday through Friday from 4 p.m. on. We come back February 10th. So you've got a little bit of time to get your stuff together before you watch. Thank you once again, Gwendolyn. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you have a fantastic Christmas Quantica, whatever it is that you celebrate. I hope you have a fantastic holiday season. Again, we'll all be kind of taking a break, but we will pop up from time to time with some different stuff. I know I'm going to pop up probably with a Mediascope pop-up, but technically I'm on sabbatical right now, but yes, we'll see. And with that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again soon. Cheers, guys.